Hi all, I am Apurva. Welcome to one of my first video series on mutual fund categories in present Indian market. This video is a continuation of my first video in this investment series, and here I would be talking about the equity funds category in more detail with examples and explanation. Please read the disclaimer at the end of each video carefully as mentioned before. So let's begin. Now, what exactly are equity funds? The mutual funds which mainly invest in stocks are equity funds. Hence, they're also called stock funds. The Securities and Exchange Board of India, SEBI, has capped expense ratio of equity funds at 2.5%. And what exactly does this mean? The lower the expense ratio, the higher the returns for investors. Equity funds are usually categorized based on company size, that is the market capitalization, sector or investment style of holdings, and generally invest at least 60 to 65% in equity shares. Rest can be debt or money market solutions to average out the risks. As the funds are mainly equity based, risk ratios are between moderate to high risks. So, it typically suits long-term investors of more than 5 years. This helps in fetching higher returns on an average of 12 to 10% even if there are market fluctuations. One thing to keep in mind is the taxes applicable on the gains earned on redemption. Equity holdings of less than 12 months are termed short-term, and short-term capital gains are taxed at 15%. Equity holdings of more than a year are termed as long-term, and the long-term capital gains are taxed at approximately 10% if the gains exceed 1 lakh a year, or it gets combined into your other gains and losses based on your tax brackets. Now, let us move on to the types of equity funds which are available in current Indian market. As you can see on the screen, these are some of the various types of equity funds that are available: large cap, mid cap, small cap, multi cap, ELSS, etc. Now, let us go into the details of a few of these funds. Coming to large cap funds, approximately 60 to 70% will get invested in equity and equity related instruments of large cap companies. These are the companies which are well established and belong to the top 100 companies in the market, and hence are capable of offering stable returns. Coming to mid cap funds, these funds invest in medium sized companies, that is the next 100 to 150 companies after the large cap ones. They also invest in approximately 60 to 80% in equity. Mid-cap equity funds are not as stable as large cap funds. In case of small cap funds, they invest in 60 to 80% of small cap companies which are more prone to market volatility, as well as it involves higher risks. Whereas in multi-cap funds, they will invest across large cap, mid cap, small cap stocks. The fund manager decides to invest more in a particular capitalization depending on the market condition. For a financial goal, for instance, a purchase of a real estate like a land or a house or a retirement fund, or if you have a financial freedom goal of approximately 10 plus years, these kind of multi-cap, mid-cap funds and as such can be used in combination to achieve the goals. Moving on to ELSS, or the Equity Linked Savings Scheme, these will invest minimum 80% of total assets in equity and equity related instruments. These funds have a lock-in period of 3 years, but these also have a tax benefit under Section 80C. Dividend yield funds are the schemes which mainly invest in dividend yielding stocks. There are a few other categories under equity which depends on the fund manager picks and individual selections. With that, I'm signing off for now, and I will meet you in my next video.